welcome to the Gold Rush Challenge. Today we're going to do Grand Valley, and we're going to do Sector 4. So the challenge is to get gold as quickly as possible. Another part of the challenge is there will be no ABS and no traction control, no stability control. None of the driver assistance features will be enabled. Totally disabled, meaning it's all up to me to make sure to keep the car on the track. And I want you to pay attention to the throttle and the brake indicators to watch as I have to trail brake to get myself into position without losing too much speed, getting into the turn, and then easing onto the throttle so that I don't spin out because there's no traction control and there's no ABS. So just pay special close attention to that, and you can see as I go through some of the improvements I make with the line, with the braking, with the accelerating, until eventually we get to the gold. This one took me longer than I'd like to admit. I don't know if Grand Valley was designed specifically for this challenge and they picked that car, the GTR with the turbo and the gearing that it has, to like ruin my life. But at least I can say I learned a lot, and I'm going to show that to you now. So check it out. This first turn is especially difficult because the apex is further back, and also you're switching onto the bridge while you're trying to put the power down. Coming off of the high-speed section towards the hairpin is really difficult, having to trail brake, getting into position here, so then I can ease onto the throttle and put the power down again. These two turns back-to-back are probably the most difficult in terms of needing to trail brake up, maintaining speed, and then also putting the power down here again, going onto the bridge. It's kind of a combination of the worst of both worlds. Sometimes I could overtake the ghost coming out of the hairpin there, but then going through this section requires trail braking in the first part of it, and then putting the power down here, and then starting to brake again, trail braking into this turn, and then adding power again, and then braking again, and then more power, so just a lot of back and forth, and it was very difficult to be consistent here. Going uphill in the twisty bits here is also difficult, having to put the power down while going up a hill and doing a lot of steering to make sure it's very precise, and in some cases counter steering too. But unfortunately that scrubs time, so it is counterproductive. Nevertheless, I still want to finish sometimes, just kind of go through this high-speed section and see if I can find some time by being smoother or, going further into fifth gear to get the most power out of it. Here we have a sloppy entry into turn 1, but I actually have a better exit than my Ghost, so coming out of it, I'm able to catch up on the high-speed section. And then braking for the hairpin here, I started to notice that I can brake harder and slow down faster with the shorter distance, and then let off the brakes and really turn in and get a better exit. Unfortunately, like I said earlier, this part is the most difficult to be consistent through, and I kept falling behind the Ghost in this section. I was trying whatever I could for this turn. I found that the first section here is not that important, but coming out of the hairpin, it's crucial to be ahead of the Ghost because it really sets you up for the middle of the track where most of the turns are. At this point, I am hoping nothing goes wrong because I have a pretty good lead, and it looks like I'm on track for gold. And across the line, just under 4/10 away from gold. All right, finally, major improvement out of the hairpin. Should help me get through this section here.
That was spectacular.
Yes, but unfortunately, like Icarus, I flew too close to the sun and wasn't able to slow down there. All right, going around this corner onto the bridge, I really need to push it to the limit to see if I can keep up the momentum that I have.
Man.
All right, I've matched the pace with my Ghost, and all I need now is a miracle.
But I guess no miracles for me.
My heart is beating so fast. I have a lisp now. That's how fast my heart is beating. If you guys understood how much time and effort went into this, oh my god. Finally. This is such a relief, I can't even explain it. I might start a savings account now after this. It's time for me to get my act together. I can't. I'm so lost for words right now. It looks so uneventful in the replay too. I'm sweating. Alright, I don't know who does this stuff. Maybe I'm the only one. I mean, I know I'm not the only one, but on YouTube anyway. You guys gotta do this. And hey, if you beat me and it only takes you 5 minutes, and if you lie, I don't really care. But can you do this with no traction control, no stability, everything off? Everything totally off. Get gold on the full lap. I think it's relatively easy to get gold on each sector here, but to do it on the whole lap... Ah, man. It was extremely difficult for me. So, if you guys can do it, go right ahead, let me know, and see if you beat my time. But, please, I beg you, please, if you find out that this is extremely difficult, please let me know. Because I would really much prefer people to be like, oh, wow, hey, I've got 148.6 or 148.792 or something, you know? I don't think my time is spectacular or anything, but I know the amount of effort that I put into it was, and doing it without traction control or ABS or anything is very difficult. And I just want to know, what do you guys think? Like, is it that difficult for you as well? Let me know. Anyway, that's it. I'm going to save this replay before I forget. But with all that said, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.